With over 14,000 names and numbers in my phone, I get calls every day. Hey, Chopper, you know somebody for that? I sure do. Let me introduce you to one of them now.
Hi, my name is Tom Austin, and I'm sitting here at my drums today. And sometimes I'm up at my easel painting, and sometimes I'm out trying to sell a house, and sometimes I'm trying to write a book. I try to do everything. I guess I say yes to everything until I find out it's not a good idea. But the first book I wrote is a book called Bill Millers Riviera, America's Showplace. The Riviera was a nightclub located in Fort Lee, New Jersey that was opened in 1935 and closed in 1953. It was a restaurant that sat on the very edge of the cliff, about 100 yards north of the George Washington Bridge, on the edge of the cliff. The reason it closed was because Palisade Interstate Parkway came up through there. But my dad was the security officer, the bouncer. He was everybody. He was a guy about 5'11", but there'd be 1,200 people in the place, and they only had one person to take care of any trouble that started. A lot of guys had a piece of it with broken noses. And Maya Lansky probably put up the money for it. A guy named Ben Marden, he started the club. Ben Marden had been partners with Maya Lansky in a club called the Colonial Inn in Hallandale, Florida before this. So you know, they were of questionable association, let's put it that way. So when I finished that book, it became a really good success. And Fort Lee Film Commission said to me, Tom, that was milquetoast compared to what the real story of the Riviera was. We want to know what went on behind the scenes. So I said, oh, all right. And they talked me into writing another book about the Riviera called Bridge to the Riviera. That's historical fiction, but all the incidents in that historical fiction are true. And then the third book I did was, I'm really proud of. It's a book called Another Season. It's a Jersey boy's journey with the Four Seasons and beyond. It's the memoir of Charlie Calello. And if you say, who's Charlie Calello? Not many people really know. Charlie Calello is a music arranger. He did 95% of all the Four Seasons arrangements. He did Sweet Caroline for Neil Diamond. He did After the Lovin' for Engelbert Humperdinck. It just goes on and on. He had 39 hits in the top 10. He had over 100 hits that made the charts. And I wrote his life story. We became really close friends. Charlie was in the Four Seasons at 3 different times, and they wanted to keep him in the Four Seasons. And he kept quitting because he wanted to be a music arranger. He even arranged for Frank Sinatra. So that's my story.